Hello and welcome. I am Lisa and this is my channel Cross by Floss, where I chat about my love of cross stitching and life blabbings. Today is February 1st, 2023. Later on in the afternoon, I just recorded my normal type video, update video, just a little while ago. And now I'm here to do my progress of Queen of Peace for January 2023. Now in January, unfortunately, I wasn't able to work on her as much as I had wanted, but because we were on the truck and we unexpectedly had to go back to Washington, or actually get to Washington this time. Oh, it sounds like Odin might actually make an appearance. And so, yeah, so I was not, there he is. Hey, biggie boy. Hey, biggie boy. Hi. Hi, biggie boy. So I was not able to do as much stitching as I wanted. Then we also had a little bit of a, you can lay down? No. We also had a little bit of a issue with counting, because counting's hard, and I actually had to rip out a big portion of what I had stitched, and it took me a couple hours to figure out the error and count it back, and then it took me several more hours to rip it out. Oh, it was so hard. And then of course get it all back in. So when I was done that over a couple of day period, I had to put her away for a few days because I was more angry at myself. But unfortunately it had to be done because there are, you will see in the pattern that there are special places where there are kind of like I don't want to call them motifs, but like little parts of her dress and her knee and stuff that have kryonic and beads in, and it makes a big difference on how those look in the pattern. And because of my error, I just could not fudge that area. So anyways, okay, so let's do the progress. So what I am working on is Queen of Peace. This is an OOP chart. I was very fortunate that somebody has lent this to me so that I could stitch her up, and I am getting really close to my deadline on trying to get it back to her. So but I've got so much progress done. I know by the end of March I am going to get this done. Come heck or high water, it's going to happen. But oh my gosh, she's so pretty. But yes, she is an OOP chart. You can find her on the secondary market for an awful lot of money, which is unfortunate. She's not readily available also on the secondary market. There are a lot of OOP charts that you can find, but she's not one that comes up often. So I got very, very lucky that somebody contacted me after I did I'm really looking for this chart, and said, I have it and would love, to lend it to you to stitch. So what I am going to do, as I do in all of my update for Queen of Peace video, is I am going to put in a little video clip of all the days that I worked on her. I think I got 16 days maybe out of 31 in January, which actually is not that bad given that I was gone for almost 2, and not quite 2, but then also my stitching rip-out sessions. Yeah, which was not fun. So anyways, I'm going to insert that video here. Please maybe adjust your volume, because I cannot figure out how to make the volume different between that video to this video. So, and then I'll be back to show you the actual whole piece. beautiful. Oh my gosh, I got so much progress done, honestly, for the amount of time that I was home in January. But yeah, I'm super excited about the progress, and I'm getting close to a point that I think that I'm going to put some Kreinik in some of the areas that have already got all the stitching in. So I don't do my Kreinik, actually petite treasure braid or beading, until the piece is done. I started putting Kreinik or petite treasure braid in before I had done the threads, the floss. And what was happening was, as the floss was going through the hole where the Kreinik or petite treasure braid was, it frayed very badly. And because the specialty floss or thread, being Kreinik or petite treasure braid, is rough, and so when it was going through, it was fraying, you know, coming up and down and up and down, and so that was not good. So I've learned, do not do that until all the stitching around where the Kreinik or petite treasured braid is going to go in is done. And so anyways, let's show you my progress. Where is my life goals? One day I'm gonna actually be organized. Life goals. All right, so let's back her up a little. You see all of her, and then there's a little down there too. That's what I've gotten done. She's beautiful. Oh my gosh, she is beautiful. So the area that I ended up having to rip out, let me zoom in here. Okay, so you see this area in here, this is going to be petite treasure braid and beads. And I had a huge counting error in here and in here. And it took, and up in here. So it took me quite a while to basically get this section all along in here down, figuring out what I had done wrong, and where my colors, because in here there's like 3 different colors of this purpley gray color, and so I had done a huge boo-boo in here, and so this area here was all messed up, and it took me forever to figure out what I did, and then count it back, see if I could fudge, rip it out, and then redo it. And of course, I work off a working copy that I have, and I've already highlighted those areas, so then I had to go back and, you know, check off everything that I had done. Oh my gosh, it was a mess. It was a mess. So quite a bit of time was devoted to that. It was not fun. Not fun. Do not recommend. 1 out of 10. Do not recommend. But yeah, is she not? Oh, she's stunning. I love her. So I am continuing on over here to get as much done here. This area, like this is Kreinik and beads. I believe this is all, or petite treasure braid. This is all. So I think that when I get some more done over here, I'm going to work back up in here and I'm very worried about this color. I'm trusting the process, but this is a shading of her arm. Trusting the process. And so I want to get some more of the flesh in here and make sure that this looks okay. But I'm getting there. So let's see that to the pattern. Whee! So she's coming along. She is coming along. So February I will be stitching her like she is my job. I will be going back to Washington for a little over a week. I'm taking her with me because I can stitch at my daughter's house, and there will be just some additional fibers being the other dogs instead of just Odin's in here. But honestly, I've she's pretty clean. So, which is good because I cannot wash her because I did not wash my fabric. Another lesson, wash your fabric before you start, because this is a hand-dyed fabric and I didn't wash it. So, but it's really clean and I am super careful. Like this gets a towel on it at the, you know, when I'm done stitching so that Odin goob does not go on there. I wash my hands a billion times a day and yeah, so that's where she is and I cannot wait to show you February's progress on her. Hopefully she will get so much done and yeah, so I hope you enjoy the progress updates and oh, kitty in my backyard. And yeah, that you enjoy these updates on Queen of Peace as much as I enjoy stitching her. And I look forward to having you come back in the next update video. I hope you like what you see and want to subscribe and do all the things, you know, all the things we always say at the end. But I hope that you all have a wonderful day stitching what you're loving, and I hope to see you in my next video. And until then, hugs and stitches.